I just turned my life around in about a month. So what did life look like for me about 2 months ago? I was depressed as fuck. I didn't want to wake up till 5 p.m. because I didn't want to face the day, and I didn't want to take on any challenges, and I felt like the day was just too much of a responsibility for me to deal with. And then I didn't want to go to bed until 5 a.m. because I didn't want to feel like the day was over already and I hadn't completed enough things and I didn't feel good about myself. Now, a lot of you might know I was a chronic ganja man. I was a level 10 stoner, smoking every day before every activity at any opportunity I could. Wake and bake, bake and sleep, bake and eat, all of it. Anytime I felt some kind of like difficulty in my life, I would go straight to the green stuff just to numb out and just to try and feel nothing. It seemed to be like a shut off for my brain to stop me from overthinking, and it gave me a sense of reprieve. And we're talking daily use for years. I think I was doing this because I just kind of wanted to numb out. The responsibility was too much, and weed gave my brain a chance to think and a chance to forget about the stuff that was going on. I spent countless hours on Discord just talking to people who don't have my best interests at heart. Discord is just a place full of people who all have issues and just want to externalize them, and no one really wants to take them in. And my body barely functioned as well. I was always lethargic, I had no energy to do anything, and I was just always in bed trying to sleep off the day. Zero motivation or energy to do anything. I was fighting myself. But something about this started to change at the end of December last year. My granddad passed away, and I've never dealt with death before. It really was quite strange to me because I didn't feel it. I just kind of numbed out. That felt incredibly ill to me. My granddad is one of the greatest people I know. He was in a music video of mine, and I will always love him. But I don't know if it's just the way I deal with death or if it was the weed or me numbing out, but I have a very strange relationship with death. I don't know if it's like a defense mechanism for my body just shutting it out, but I just didn't process it. And I felt a lot of guilt for that. Some people go off the rails when that kind of thing happens. Some people turn to drugs, and some people just give up on life. But that was already me. I had to turn his passing and my loss into something positive while my family turned into complete disarray. So, charged with this motivation, I felt some kind of spark in my soul to make a difference. So I started working on myself, and I started thinking about him a lot. There was many demons that I was running away from, and with a lot of them, I was using my vices to cope, and one of them was weed. And that brings me on to vices. Whatever vice you feel like you have on your life right now, whether it be food, substance abuse, you've got to do anything you can to try and fix it. Because what you're doing is you're conditioning yourself to only be able to cope with life with those vices present. And that's not actually coping with life. I can hear like 10 bumblebees right now. That's a good sign. Once I removed my vices, I was able to look at my demons in the face. And don't get me wrong, it was scary, but it was a lot less hard than I thought it was. I think the thought of it was harder than actually dealing with them. The big thing was that my ego didn't want to let go of this false reality. I didn't want to feel like I had fallen from any kind of height or like I'd been in a pit. But the most important thing is accepting that you're in a pit, because that's the first step out of the pit. It has been 1 month and 30 days since I quit weed. And I'm gonna be honest, my sense of accomplishment was insane after only 7 days. I felt like I had made it halfway out. And then slowly and carefully, I started introducing more challenges into my life, like sorting out my food, sorting out my health, working out a little bit more. I started treating my parents better. I started helping out around the house, cleaning up after myself, taking care of my room. So many little things added to this amalgamation of feeling better. But it all started with that one first step, which was to push myself. And I've never felt better. I now feel in control. I work out about 6 days a week. I'm socially confident again. I'm not scared of my bank account. I'm eating healthy. And the biggest thing is I just feel so much more clarity. I feel alive. Don't get me wrong, not everything is fixed, but I still feel in a much better position to tackle everything else now. My advice would be to just start with your biggest vice. Start with your biggest vice and then view the world without it and see how you fare. And it might not seem nice to say to someone who's depressed to just go and work out, because that might seem a little bit brute forcey. But I genuinely think the secret is to just push yourself. Just a tiny bit. Just push yourself and you'll feel accomplishment and you'll feel better, because ultimately depression is just the feeling of worthlessness, the feeling that you have no value, the feeling that you do not belong here. And the way I got out of it was just validating that I belong here by moving matter to make myself feel like I matter. So, yeah.
Why do you think I chose this life? I don't wanna wait and serve. Changing the game like I lay, I swerve. Eating apart how it drop like curve.
So what do? You sort of take nature pictures? And
I make like hard music, kind of aggressive stuff. So it's Bad Lad with V's instead of A's. BVD, LVD.
Bad Lad B's and say, I'll hunt you down.
Check me out, man.
Tattoo.
Thank you, man.